Nostalgia is a sentimentality for the past, typically for a period or place with happy personal associations. Popular culture is generally recognised by members of a society as a set of practices, beliefs and objects that are dominant in a society at a given point in time. Through personal experience, I have always had a strong feeling of nostalgia for periods of time that I have not lived through, like many others in my generation. A constant feeling of wishing you were born in a previous generation. However, is this due to pop culture and how that generation is represented in the modern day, as many from Generation X do feel the same feeling of nostalgia, despite admitting at the time it wasn't that good.
Sterilised, and you sort of look back at where you were, and right from the sort of real super geeks that were wearing Dealey Boppers, one pink sock, one green sock, through your new romantics, rockers, gothics, skinheads, punks still around, mod second generation.
Some could suggest that modern day pop culture and media is a big impact on this. Social media, for instance, has made it easier for the youth of today to access film, music and art from any generation. For example, Shane Meadows' This Is England film and series is a strong reflection on the lifestyle of skinheads in 1983. The culture and aesthetic reflected in this makes the 80s look like a thriving period of time to live through. Despite this, others could suggest that This Is England is a reality check for the working class in the 80s. Unemployment was at a high, and violent racism was reflected in the film and series. I personally believe that it is very controversial of my generation to feel nostalgic about the 80s and 90s, as they've never lived the reality of it. Some could question if the feeling of nostalgia is even real, as it can be seen as a dreamlike feeling of reflecting on the past. In addition, most of us are existing for a time and not realising at that point in time we will feel nostalgic about it at some point in the future. Alan Watts' talk on the Here and Now explains how we are simply existing through time, and things that happen in the future and past are not real. With this theory applied to pop culture, some could suggest that Generation Z don't feel nostalgia as they take culture and use it in their own present existence. For example, many young people in today's generation include their taste of music, fashion and art from previous generations in their own modern day interests, implying the idea that nostalgia is not a feeling when this happens, as they combine both generations they are passionate about. I personally relate to this as someone who has a strong interest in music and fashion from the 80s and 90s. However, I take this along with my interests I have from this current generation.
We're Arctic Monkeys. This is I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor. Don't believe the hype.
Overall, I think nostalgia is a big emotion my generation feel towards periods of time we've not lived through. However, I do believe this could be to do with the way modern media reflects it towards us and how they reflect music, fashion and lifestyle, and also a case of curiosity as we will never know how it actually feels to live through that time.
Hello, how are you? Welcome to Top of the Pops.
Merry Christmas, everyone, and welcome to Top of the Pops Christmas.
How long did it take you to learn all that?
We've been working on it about 2 or 3 weeks.